For client interaction simulation, Kayla will be working with Kim using motivational interviewing. Kim is currently in between contemplation and preparation in the stages of change scale. Kayla will be using the decisional balance scale to work with Kim and explore and amplify ambivalence and work to create a plan and clarify goals with Kim.
So hi Kim, thanks for coming back this week. It's really good to see you again. How are you feeling about what we talked about last week about maybe making some changes and that DUI kind of waking up your need to change inside of you? How's that going?
Well, there's a lot going on with the court stuff that I got going on, and looking at possible jail time, and talking with my lawyer. And with that, it's just really stressful, and it makes me want to drink again. And I know I shouldn't, but just, all this stress with everything that's going on, that's the only way if I could just have maybe a glass of wine or something, that might help me feel better and understand things. But I also know that I was, that's kind of what got me into this situation. I was out with my friends, and I had 8 glasses of wine and tried to drive home. So I know that I shouldn't be doing it. So I'm kind of, I know the difference. I know I should be going, working out, but it's easier just to have a glass of wine and, just try to think things out that way.
So you're realizing that all these things that are ramifications of the DUI are really causing you stressful, not sort of triggering you to drink, but at the same time you're really realizing that this is something that you probably should do and that's ultimately important to you.
Yes, I can, since we talked last time, I can definitely see, how my drinking has kind of led up to where I'm at now, and that maybe there's different ways that I can deal with things instead of just wanting to have a drink.
That's a good insight, and it sounds like you're still kind of on the fence. With your permission, I'd like to ask if I could possibly use a tool that's worked pretty well for some other folks. It's called a decisional balance scale, and it sort of helps you weigh out both sides of the issue so you can kind of feel a little bit more comfortable and kind of see, explore reasons to change and what would happen if you did change, and then also reasons for maybe not changing and what would happen if you did that. Is that something you'd be willing to do today?
Yeah, we can look at that. I do it kind of in my head anyway, so getting it out on paper would give me a visual to kind of reference back to.
Okay. Are you comfortable writing, or would you prefer me to write?
I can write.
Okay. So let's start. What about reasons to change? What's going on?
Reasons to change would be, I could be, just spiritually and physically a healthier person.
Okay. What does that mean?
When I'm drinking, I don't feel like I want to go to church or, connect with other people who don't drink. So, I kind of lost that ambition to, want to be around people who aren't drinking. So it would get me back into other social groups.
Good. So it would open up your social atmosphere, maybe?
Yeah.
That's more of a positive influence and something that sort of, makes you fit in but doesn't necessarily make you feel good about yourself.
Yes.
Okay.
And I've lost that in the last 4 or 5 years.
Okay. All right. Anything else you'd like to add?
I think I would be able to, be a better role model for people if I was, if I could change, my drinking. I would be able to, be maybe an inspiration to others. So that would be a positive.
Okay. You like to give back from this experience.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
Just in that sense is that I've, a lot of family members drink, so I think, maybe if I quit or if I could, learn some skills that maybe, with that I could help other people in my family.
So maybe breaking the cycle of what's happened to you before.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be a positive.
Sounds like a very good positive. It sounds like something that would be really, truly meaningful to that spiritual side you've mentioned before.
Yeah, it would be.
Okay. Anything else before we move on to kind of what's going to happen if you do change?
No, that's a good encapsulation of what I was thinking.
Okay. So if you do these things, what do you think is going to kind of an outcome, just to kind of sum up what we've said?
I think I would be more of a leader and an inspiration to other people.
Okay.
You know, family members, maybe people in AA.
You really want to be an example to them.
Yeah, I do. I've seen other people, you know, I've talked with you, and, you know, other people have shown me how it would be, or how fulfilling it would be if I, you know, could inspire some change within myself. And if I do that, I would like to give back.
So you're searching for fulfillment throughout this process.
Yeah, some sort of, you know, learning experience, something to take away from, you know, what's happened.
Okay. All very good things. Anything else that you feel like maybe these things will do? You mentioned kind of some legal stuff over here. Is there anything that you want to add about that here, or is that not important?
I think if I changed, I would be out of the legal system.
Okay.
You know, I don't want to be on probation. I don't want to be paying these fines. They take a lot from my schooling, my work, you know, my family life. So being done with that legal aspect would be something that I would definitely look forward to.
Okay. Just being able to get back to your life of things that, you know, are important to you, like school life, work, like family.
Yeah, because it's, you know, I have high risk insurance. I have to do extra meetings and go to group panels, and it's just, you know, this is all added so much more to my life, I guess.
Right, and stuff that you're not very excited about, it sounds like.
No, but I do want to take it as a learning experience. So I don't want to have to do this again.
Okay, so you want to get a learning experience out of it.
Yes.
Okay. All right, anything else you want to add to this box, or should we kind of review what you wrote?
Let's review.
Okay.
I don't remember what.
Alrighty. So, just to kind of sum up, we talked first about reasons not to change, because that's kind of where you were at. And then we also talked about reasons to change, because that's kind of where you want to go, sounds like. So you mentioned that you, the reasons you might not want to change is it does make you feel better when you're stressed out to drink. It relaxes you. It makes you feel like you can handle things.
Yes.
It also keeps your same social sphere of people that you trust and that you enjoy spending time with, and it gives you a way to fit in with those people.
Yeah, and that's, you know, it's where I'm at right now, and that's how I feel, and the people I like to be around.
And you're comfortable there, it sounds
Yes.
like. Okay. The results of not changing are brought up that if things were to keep going the same way they are, that you might get in more legal trouble, especially with like DUIs, and that you potentially might have more serious guilt if something bad were to happen. But on the flip side, you'd also keep the friends you fit in and not have to worry about trying to be that change in the waters.
Yeah.
Okay. Going to the next slide, if that sounds right. You mentioned that if you did change, that you would feel like you were more spiritually and physically healthier, which meant having a more open social sphere of positive people to you.
Yeah.
And then that you would be a better inspiration to others, and that you might break the cycle of some of the family issues that you've had in the past that you've sort of perpetuated right now, that make you feel a little uncertain about your going forward. And that if you did those things, that you would feel like you're more a leader and an inspiration to people around you. And that really meant to you being an example to others and searching for fulfillment in this process here. You'd also mentioned that you would get out of the legal system. You know, you would have fines, be done with all that stuff, not have any of the added pressures that being in the legal system puts on you.
Yes.
And then you'd really get a learning experience out of the situation that you could really apply to other things in your life.
I would. I think I will. You know, once this is all over with, you know, hopefully I'll look back and be like, that was something that I did, and I did learn from it. So.
Okay. The important thing about this, which you really brought out writing these stuff down, is that these are a lot of your values. You know, your family's important to you, spiritual, physical health, being a role model, all these values are written down on a sheet of paper. So it is a part of you that is a little different than that person who's sitting in that car. So
Yeah.
and it sounds like you are both people, and it's going to take a while to reconcile that, but it sounds like something that you're not really interested in pursuing. So
Thank you.
yeah, I want to thank you for coming in today.